We'll talk to you next hour with a final report.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Let's give Ken a call at Fat Tail Trading. Have him take a look at your investments. Make sure that you're doing the best you possibly can.
Yeah.
Let's go from Wall Street out to the frozen tundra, the hinterlands, the third world nation, where the city slogan is, We're talking about Silver Springs, Nevada, where pavement ends and dirt begins. On line 2, it's Aaron. Hey, Aaron.
What's up?
You know what? We have had a tremendous amount of water in the last few days out here. We actually have about 6 inches of snow outside this morning.
Wow.
A little slick, icy on the roads. Take a few extra minutes this morning. No matter where you are right now, it's only about 21 out here. On the flip side of the cold part, they're saying up in the 40s and 50s for the highs, and going into the weekend, it's not going to get below freezing out here, is what they're saying. So we'll see how that plays out. They are saying cold overnight temperatures, but my experience out here, when we get the sun out, it melts the snow, and it melts it fast. This was a very warm snow, and I'm really happy to say there is water touching the bottom of the dam.
Wow.
You might be able to do a little fishing out there in Lawton right now.
For catfish?
Yeah.
Does
For
it
catfish or carp, one or the other, I'm not real sure.
Does it look
But
like
does
it look like a lake now when you're coming down the hill from Fernley?
a little bit, kind of,
bit?
sort of. It looks like a little puddle.
Okay.
You can't, when you come down the mountain, you don't see water yet. No, it's not that high.
Okay.
But the rivers are starting to swell a little bit. Like I said, this was a very warm storm that came through, along with the storm that I traveled through going down to Petaluma. And you know what? Wilson and I have been invited to go somewhere else in California on the other side of the bay, this time to Fairfield, for the same thing, to do a little drought conditions and ask that all-important question, whom do your elected officials represent? So we'll see how that plays out here in a couple of weeks. Before I get to whom your elected officials represent, 50 years ago, the Grateful Dead, the Big Brother and the holding company, we all know that was Janis Joplin, but they are credited, it has long been believed that the Crips Festival, which was a weekend festival down in the Longshoremen's Hall in San Francisco, that was the start of the hippie counterculture movement, as it's called. And, of course, that was in 1966. And, of course, the next year, it was the Summer of Love, 1967. So a little bit of history there in the rock and roll industry. And I guess we can say to Jerry and Janice, thanks for all the wonderful memories you've provided over the years, because there have been a few of them in the rock and roll industry with them. On the line of whom your elected officials represent, the lady I'm about ready to talk about, she received $325,000 for speaking at a biotechnology international organization.
Clinton.
And, pardon me?
Clinton.
Yes. And this is what she told these people at the Biotech International Organization. You need to develop a better vocabulary to change the public perception about GMO. Genetically modified sounds like Frankensteinish. Drought resistant sounds like something you want. Be more careful so you don't raise the red flag immediately. Are you serious? I'm sorry, but she has earned the title Bride of FRANKENFOODS. There's no way around that.
She's the bride of something.
Yes, and in line with the food labeling and whatnot, some serious questions have started to come up that nobody wants to answer on this QR labeling issue. First and foremost, not everybody has a smartphone that can access that information. Second is it's voluntary, and we all know how that I think we all can see how that might play out. But the other issue is this. When you do anything with your smartphone or your computer, information gets recorded. And nobody wants to answer the question about privacy issues here, and will said information, how is it going to be used, how is it going to be stored, and are you going to sell it? That's the big thing right there. So some complications, I guess you could say, are coming up with this QR labeling, and I'm not so sure. I mean, I can appreciate the effort, if you will. I'm not so sure that is what the people really want. I honestly believe when I go around and I ask people questions, I honestly believe they want laws like Vermont has. They want laws that are going to go into effect this year. That Vermont passed, Maine, I believe, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts, or others that are following suit on this date. And I really do hope Nevada's legislature gets with it and passes a food labeling initiative in this state that has teeth in it, that these people have to tell us what's in their food. I'm really starting to watch the fish sections of the salmon specifically in stores. It's kind of hard to monitor it. You never know when they pull it out and put it back in. So, but I'm going to start taking a look at this and see just how bad salmon sales get hit with now that this has been the genetically modified salmon has been okay to go in the food supply with no food labeling. I'm really curious to see how sales go.
Yeah, Jim
is that what you're hearing?
It doesn't taste as well. You can check it out at Costco.
Really?
The farm fish.
Does it say it's GMO? Or
no, you can just taste it. It's just it's not a fish.
I would think if you're going to grow something twice as fast as normal, that you're going to be missing something.
Well, I think you're right.
You know, and it's the same. It goes back to the propaganda machine that Monsanto has created and misinformation with disinformation and all that kind of stuff that they do. The fact is, glyphosate was designed and created to clean boiler pipes. It was a metal cleaner, and consequently, the side effect there that it actually kills weeds and is used as an herbicide is a byproduct of what it really was. It was designed to clean metal, and therefore it's removing trace elements of metal. And we all know, especially
you need the minerals.
Iron. I mean, what is the biggest deficiency in minerals in the human body as you get older? It's iron. I mean, we were kids and we used to laugh at the Geritol commercials for crying out loud. So we know iron is very important, and that's a trace mineral in our food. It's gone now with this glyphosate, the Roundup Ready product. So it's something I think there's going to be some stuff come to a head on this sooner or later. On a positive note there, a couple other things here.
Well, Aaron, we need to get moving here. How do we get a hold of you at Alladay LLC?
Okay, 775-230-9915, the market box this week. Put newsletter in your order, and you get 5 pounds of navel oranges free. www.Alladay LLC on the World Wide Web, folks. I'll get a link to that on the website later today. Going to be gorgeous out there. The sun's coming up out here. Let's all have a good time. Let's all be safe out there.
All right. It's Aaron from Silver Springs, Nevada. Hopefully the sun will come out and maybe clear up the roads out there. But this is AM News. We're going to take a quick break and regroup, but stay tuned. We'll be right back.
See ya.
Real Computer Services was founded with the goal of providing